Hello guys, this is Mohit Goda from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Department of Computer Science. So today's concept is regarding to an system softwares and compilers, that is predictive parsing table. Coming to an introduction, so what is predictive parsing table? Predictive parser is a recursive descent parser which has the capability to predict which production is to be used to replace the input string. So this is about predictive parsing table. So let us see how algorithm that has been used to construct the parsing tree. That is for step 1. First we need to check all the essential conditions mentioned above and go to the step 2, that is step 2. uh, First we need to calculate the first and follow for all non-terminals. First, if there is variable and from that variable if we try to drive all the strings, then the beginning terminal symbol is called the first. Follow is nothing but what is the terminal symbol which follows a variable in the process of derivation. And in step 3, for each production a tends to alpha. First we need to find first of an alpha for each terminal in first of alpha. Make entry, that is a tends to alpha in the table. If first of an alpha contains epsilon as terminal, then find follow of an a. And for each terminal in follow of a, make entry a tends to epsilon in the table. In the first alpha contains epsilon and follow of a contains dollar as terminal, then make entry a tends to epsilon in the table for the dollar. So this is all rules about constructing the parsing table. So these are the same steps that I explained in the last slide. That is first step was elimination of a left recursion and perform left factoring. As there is no left recursion in grammar, so we will proceed as it there is no need for left factoring. So if there is no it doesn't grammar doesn't contains any left recursions, then we can go to the further steps, that is finding out the follow, and then step 3 was finding out the follow. So step 1, eliminating a left recursions. So what is left recursion is nothing but an if it is in the form of this, that is a tends to a alpha or slash b, that is first and then this symbol, right? uh, right, a tends to a, if it is same, then it is having a left recursion, so we have to eliminate using this formula. That is, it can be rewrite as a tends to beta a dash and then a dash tends to alpha a dash or epsilon. So in this way we can write it the left recursions if the given grammar contains the left recursion, so that we can rewrite as in this formula. So coming to in steps 2, first and follow, we have certain rules for first and then follow. The first rules are, if x is in terminal, then first of n x is equals to x, if n first of n t is equals to t. So in this way we can find the terminal, we can find the first. So if x is a non-terminal, then add epsilon to the first of x, that is first of n x tends to epsilon if it is non-terminal. Then if x is non-terminal and x tends to a alpha is in production, then add to n first of n x. So these are all the rules of n first. So coming to n follow rules, if s is a start symbol in follow, then follow of n s it should contains a dollar. If the grammar is in the form a tends to alpha beta b, then follow of n b will be the first of n b. And then step 3 is also same, if first of n b is epsilon, then follow of n b will be the follow of n a, right? These are all the follow rules. So coming to n first, so this is the given grammar, so we need to find the first, that is second step, because we need first step was we need to find the left recursions, but here we don't find any left recursion. So move on to the step 2. So we need to find first of an each terminal, that is first of e tends to t e dash, this is the first grammar, right? And so first of an e, first of an e is first of an t, so this is non-terminal, right? So first of an t is first of an f. Again here we are having f, first of an f is left parenthesis and id. So first of an e was first of an f, then that is open parenthesis and id. So this is the first of an e. Coming to a next one, e dash, first of an e dash, right? That is plus t e dash or epsilon, that is first of an e dash was plus again epsilon. So this is the first of an e dash. Coming to an first of an t, that is first of n t was first of n f. Again, first of n f is left parenthesis and id. So coming to a next one, first of n t dash. First of n t dash was star and epsilon. So here we return then first of n f. Again we found here that first of n f was left parenthesis and id. So these are the first of n given grammar. So let us find the follow. So for the same grammar we are gonna find follow, that is follow of an e tends to dollar epsilon, right? Follow of an e, it is in the form of an a alpha beta. So okay, then follow of an e dash was dollar and clo close parenthesis. Next follow of n t was plus dollar and closed parenthesis. Then follow of t dash was plus dollar and closed parenthesis. Next follow of an f is star plus and dollar. So these are all the first follow of an given grammar. So we find both step 2, right? First and then follow. Then coming to an constructing of an predictive parsing table. So this is here is the table of first and then follow for the given grammar, that is right, e tends to t dash. First was id and open parenthesis, and for each same thing follow is dollar and closed parenthesis. Similar for e dash, the first was plus and epsilon and follow is dollar and closed parenthesis. For t, the first is id and open parenthesis and it's for its follow plus dollar and closed parenthesis. Next t dash, first of n t dash was star and epsilon, and follow of n t dash was plus dollar and closed parenthesis. Next first of n f was id open parenthesis and its follow was star plus dollar and closed parenthesis. So this is the first and follow for the given grammar. So first this is a step 2. Step 3 was constructing the parsing table. So here we need to find all the symbols as in columns, that is here we have id closed parenthesis dollar right parenthesis, it should be made as in columns, right? So id plus star open parenthesis closed parenthesis and then dollar. So we should make it as in columns. Then given grammars, right, you should make it as in rows, e dash t dash and f. So after that e, right, here we need to check what is the first of any, that is id and then open star, right? So we need to make, that is e. So we have to write it in an id and open parenthesis. So we write the same grammar, that is e tends to t dash in id and open parenthesis. Next coming to an e dash, it is in first of an e dash was plus and epsilon. In the place of an plus column and epsilon we need to write it, it is the epsilon. So e dash was e dash tends to plus t dash and e dash tends to epsilon and dollar e dash tends to epsilon. Next coming to n t, it is in open parenthesis and id. So in place of an open parenthesis and id we need to write this grammar, that is t tends to ft dash, and again here t tends to ft dash. Again coming to n t dash, that is star and then epsilon. So this is in star, we wrote t dash tends to ft dash, and then here we wrote t dash tends to epsilon. In both this we have to write that. Next coming to an f tends to id slash e, it is in id and then epsilon. So in place of an id we wrote f tends to id, and in place of an open parenthesis we wrote f tends to e. So this is the constructing of an predictive table. So this is all about constructing constructions of an predictive parsing table. Thank you.